Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone is doing well day or night whenever you tune in to see this. So this is going to be a general reading for both Cancer and for Leo for January 2024. It can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. So always take it how it may resonate for you. But we're going to start with the Cancer reading and then move into the Leo reading after. I will be providing timestamps for each of those for some people later who just want Cancer, who just want Leo. I am doing bone and charm readings for the new year, just to switch it up a little bit here on my channel and take a little break from the tarot. So it's going to be something a little bit different, all right? But bone readings have been done throughout the world, throughout time, okay? Africa, Europe, in the US, all over, okay? Asia, etc. All right. So specifically talking about bone readings in Appalachia in the US, okay? But I'm going to be using bones and charms for my readings today, and every reader, just like the tarot, is going to read a little differently. So I have my own style. I don't use you know, a certain cloth that has different quadrants or anything like that. I kind of just leave it open and follow what my guides tell me to tell and share with you guys, okay? So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and start. I'm going to move the camera down just so you guys can see the bones and charms more clearly. I will be also taking photos of each one for both the Cancer and the Leo reading, and then I'll be uploading it later after this live is done, a little bit later. So if you want to see that picture, it will be up on my Facebook page for free at Malessea Magic Light. All right, but let's go ahead and get started here. I wanted to do a quick sound bell to ground ourselves, to take a couple of deep breaths, for me again to check in with my guides and all of that. All right, so we're going to start here for Cancer. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see what we have coming up here for you, Cancer. All right, so let me just readjust this and get it as close as possible, really. So you can see the charms and the bones. All right, so I'm going to be shaking them in the bowl here. They're going to make a little bit of noise, but it's not forever, okay, in case it's really loud. I do apologize ahead of time. All right. So Spirit, show me what I need to see. Guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Cancer for January 2024. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for the highest good and vibration? Messages for Cancer. Let me turn this down. Okay, a little bit more. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Cancer for their highest good and vibration for January 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Cancer, water sign Cancer, the crab for January 2024. Messages for Cancer, for water sign Cancer, the crab for January 2024. All right, let's see. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to flip over the charms that were kind of hard to see. I'm going to take this off for a second and put it right back. See which ones we need to flip over here. like that. So delicate. Okay, this was kind of on top of that. Like that, I believe. Okay. So I'm going to take a quick picture here for later. Take 2 pictures so you can kind of see what's going on in here. All right. So let's see, Cancer. When I do these bone readings, they're going to differ for where they want me, spirit guides want me to start, the spirits. All right, so it feels like they want me to start right here. So I'm just going to remember that the rabbit's head was on top. All right, and I'll move it over a little bit later. All right, let's see here, Cancer. So you have a lot of stuff on your mind, Cancer, right off the bat, I would say here, okay? So that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. I guess I can't go that close, because then it's gonna fall. Okay. Whew, now stay. Oh, what if I do it the other way? Hold on, guys. Let me take this off. Can I do it like... Ah, maybe I could just hold it. Can't see everything all at once, but we'll kind of like zoom in and then I can zoom back out. But this is so much better because it's so hard to see. Okay. So I'll try to stay still, holding it with one hand, and then using my other hand with the pen here. Okay, so hopefully it'll focus in a second. But yeah, Cancer, like I said, you have a lot on your mind here throughout the month of January, just because the skull landed here with all of this stuff underneath it and all around it. So it's not necessarily a good or bad thing, just like, you know, overthinking maybe really prevalent here. So I would just say right off the bat to maybe do a lot of grounding, get out of your head as much as you can, get back into your physical body, you know, take mental rests a lot here throughout the month of January, I would say right off the bat. But yeah, let's break it down and see, you know, what's going on here more in detail. I do see here, Cancer, that this sun right here is leaning on the side of the head and the cranium. So like happiness and, you know, trying to find your happiness is definitely heavily on your mind here. So I'm just going to move that one over to the side for a little bit. So let's see, you know, what is directly under the head. I know it's touching the bells, it's touching the chameleon, the lizard. Let's see what else is under here. Okay, we also have, this is the coffin, and then we have the feather. Okay, so again, the head was sitting kind of all right on top of that. All right. So, you know, this can talk about here, Cancer, that there is something that you may hear throughout the month that is going to speak to your healing, your regenerative powers, and your protection. Okay, so that is really beautiful and definitely clearing. Okay, now when we talk about the lizard or the chameleon, if it's a certain type of lizard, you cut off its tail, right, it grows back. If it's a chameleon, it's going to be, you know, changing its color in different environments for protection. So that's that healing, regeneration, and protection aspect. So it could be something that you're hearing a lot about. Okay, could be something that's just, again, on your mind that you do hear a lot as well, a confirmation that that's something you should definitely think about. With the turtle right over here, this could also be, you know, saying to take it slow. It's not exactly touching, but it's pretty close, okay? So just take it slow with that healing and with that protective energy, and listening to things around you. Maybe only listen or put more focus on the healing and the protection aspects about what you're listening to, right? Since again the skull of the cranium was on top. Now here with the feather resting on top of the coffin, which was also under the head or the cranium, this can talk about passed on loved ones, friends, family. Talk about ancestors or spirit guides as well, but it could be someone specifically that has passed on that really wants you to do even more clearing, okay, with that feather there as well, okay? So that is beautiful, because it could be that there's something about family secrets, because we have the lock is on top of the edge of the coffin, and then we have the seahorse laying on top of the lock, okay? So it could have something to do with family secrets and clearing away family secrets, or if it's not secrets, it could be something to do with family blockages here, something to do with prosperity or abundance as well. But this also ties in with that Saturn energy here when we see Saturn, okay? So being more organized, paying the bills, being responsible, not that you don't do that already, but that could be tied in with some of the family stuff. We do see Leo the lion over here, so this is strength, you know, around that, right? So being strong to get more organized and get those things done. Now the strength aspect also wants you to pay attention to details with the strawberry over here. I don't know if you can see it, okay? And that strawberry is laying on top of the witch. You probably can't see her, but I can, okay? So the witch can be our freedom. She's riding a broom. So the more that you pay attention to the details here, Cancer, then you're going to feel more free. Your dreams and goals and aspirations, in particular, really what you really want and dream about with the dragonfly, is laying on top of the yin and yang. So your dreams want to bring you into more balance. It could be your actual dreams that you're having, but usually when I talk about the dragonfly, it's more the dreams that you have for your life, like what you want, right? But could also be real dreams as well, okay? Oh, let's see what else is under here. You're thinking a lot about memories, okay? Let's see if you can see. Where's my pen here? I lost myself. I'm trying to look. There we go. I'm trying to look here and on the screen for you guys. But you have the elephant over here, and then we have one of the human teeth bones on top. So you could be digesting and chewing over a lot of memories, okay? And it's necessarily good or bad memories, but just memories in general. It could be a little bit of both, right? That could be a little bit normal too. When anytime we move into a new calendar year, we're going to think about the last year, right? And what that brought for us, and kind of think about what we want for the new year. So it could be connected to that, but it doesn't have to be. But it could be also things triggering lots of memories as well. But I feel that it's more of you striving for things in 2024, because the tooth is also resting on top of the alligator claw here that's always striving and reaching for something. Now underneath the alligator claw, I do see the hummingbird as well, okay? So this hummingbird talks about, right, they fly backwards, but they're one of the fastest birds. So doing something that maybe other people won't understand the way that you're doing it because it's different, but it's actually going to be very successful for you, and it's going to bring you more safety. So the hummingbird is also touching, it's flipped upside down, but I know what it is. It's the sea anchor. So the sea anchor makes us feel safe and provides freedom. It could be talking about travel, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just, again, doing something that's a little bit different that maybe others don't necessarily understand, but it will give you more freedom and more security here. So that's beautiful to see. Oh, Cancer, like I said, a lot of stuff on your mind. I want to move back the skull where it was, okay, because they're all kind of touching each other essentially. Now, is there anything else under there? No, okay, not really. So let's stay here. Okay, with the camera. Now, what's really cool though, that is what's on top here, Cancer, of the alligator claw is the frog. Okay, so the frog is about flexibility and also making a leap of faith. Okay, so while you're chewing and digesting over these memories back here, you know, and reaching for what you want for the new year for 2024, it's like make that leap of faith. Okay, something that could be for someone in particular. Again, it's a general reading meant for multiple people, so take it how it may resonate for you. But also what's really cool here is you have another claw that is going this way and touching the alligator claw. So it's almost like it feels here to me, Cancer, that it's like the hand of the divine coming in, and as you are reaching for those new things in the new year, there's this other claw that goes underneath that claw that's like, I got you, right? Because we also have the star here that's resting on top of that other claw. All right, so that's really beautiful to see. Now, this could have something to do with some masculine energy coming in here for you. It could be an actual man, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be a person that displays a lot of masculine energy, or even could be yourself. That could be helping you guide your North Star, or again, kind of like find what makes you happy. It could have something to do with creativity or artistry, or even an Aquarius, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. All right. But again, it feels very nurturing and helpful here. So I like to see that for you. Okay. Now, as far as, you know, a little bit of stress here, Cancer, right? We all have it from time to time. It's in every reading, right? The good and the bad. We have the snake rib bone here, which talks about constriction and breathing when we talk about our ribs. So really interesting though is it's, you know, touching some stuff over here we'll talk about in a minute, but it's crossing this vertebrae bone here, and then it's going, laying on top of, sorry, let me turn that down. It's laying on top of the bat, and then it's going through this, I don't know if you can see it here, it's going through the safety pin, the opening of the safety pin. So it's almost like when you start to breathe more here and take care of your breath, or be aware of your breath, or even meditate if that's something that you're into, this is going to bring you more of that sense of security with the safety pin. Now also with it lying on top of the bat is the Chinese symbol for good luck, okay? And bats use echolocation to communicate with each other, and they're definitely a pack animal. So it could have something to do with also you feel more secure when you're with your pack, okay? They maybe help you in breathing better, just relaxing a little bit here too, so that definitely makes sense. It could also be that you need to communicate more with your pack, or they're going to communicate more with you, but again, they're bringing that sense of security. Okay, so that's really nice to see. Now over here, when the back part of the thicker part of the, there we go, like that, the thicker part of the snake rib bone, okay, it's also laying on top of the Pegasus horse, the flying horse that's laying on top of one of the claws here as well. So it's like the more that you dig deep into finding sense of things that bring you freedom, make you feel free, but also clearing, because the Pegasus is laying on top of the broom here, okay? So the more clearing that you do of your mind, body, and spirit, or even your environment, cleaning your house, your room, whatever it is, that's going to help you, you know, just in general, like get closer to what it is that you want, okay? Now over here we got some Capricorn energy, doesn't have to be, some Pisces energy, right? But they are kind of, you know, also touching that Pegasus and that claw that's underneath. Now this Pisces energy, or the twin fish that's coming together, they're resting on top of the dog ankle bone, which represents flexibility. So because you are a water sign, Cancer, depending on how much Cancer you have in your chart, because everybody is welcome, everybody has Cancer somewhere in their chart to these readings, this could be that you need to touch base with, if it's not a Pisces, let's say, touch base more with your emotions, because this will make you more flexible and give you more answers. Your key is underneath there as well. I don't know if you can see it right there. Okay, so it's like, don't let the emotions overwhelm you, of course, right? Because that can happen more for water signs, or if you got a lot of water in your chart. But it's like you can be more flexible with those emotions, because they do hold answers for you, and they can unlock doors. All right. So I feel like there can also be, with this Capricorn energy over here, it represents Capricorn to me. It maybe look like Aries for some people, but I'm going to use how I read it, right? So this is like addictions, getting something more into balance, which we already know with your dreams back here, what you really want. That's like, you really want to be more balanced. Okay, so if there are any addictions or self-sabotaging energy, I see you letting go more of that, or that's something that you do need to think about more, because it's really close, but it's not touching the other human teeth bone here. So it's something that you could think about a little bit, or marinate, go over, chew, right? All those kinds of things. Now, up here, I see with, the spider and the web kind of separate, but very close to the winged doves here, and another claw. You could be thinking a lot about romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. If it's not romantic love, you could be thinking a lot about what brings you peace. Okay, or maybe it's both of those things, or just one or the other. But you really want to make plans for the future about how to have more love in your life. Let's say not even just romantic, platonic, friends, family, self-love, all the things, but also mainly just how can I plan more to bring more peace, into my life, is what I see here, which is really beautiful. We all want that, right? At some point. And so, but yeah, it does feel like a lot of romantic stuff, though, is definitely on your mind here. Cancer over here, we've got the human bone, another teeth bone. Sorry, it's a human bone, it's a teeth bone is what I meant to say, though. Human tooth, okay, is sitting on top of the Cupid. So that's more of a representation of romantic love, or can be, but because you have it over here too, and just the way that it felt when I was reading it, really feels like romantic love could be a lot like on your mind, or just love in general. Okay, again, how to find more peace in your life with these doves here too. Now, there could be something that you're not seeing here, Cancer, and it's not to scare you. It's definitely never my intention, right? But we have, okay, this is the angel coin, is very, very close to what we call, this is the cat's eye, right? So it's the other side of the seashell, right? But a lot of people say, maybe if it looks like this, right? Or however, it's a cat's eye. Okay, so I think it was more like that. It doesn't matter which way doesn't matter which way it's pointing to, but I was just trying to kind of show you why they call it that. Okay, but this is, your angels want you to see something that you're not seeing. Okay, your angels, guardian angels, ancestors, right? And it could have something to do with an idea, okay? Because what we have down here is we've got the lightning bolt on top of the honeybee. Over here we got the skeleton hand on top of the fork, and it's also touching protection, the Norse symbol of protection. All right, so here, Cancer, there could be that your angels are saying you're not seeing something regarding an idea that you could have, or that it could come to you if you don't already have, about something that makes you really original. Okay, your individuality, that's what the honeybee represents, and it's laying on top of the honeybee. So that's beautiful, right? It's like your ancestors want you to know, spirit guides, guardian angels, what have you, want you to know that you have original idea or multiple ideas, that they really want you to look at that and see that there's something that you're not seeing here. Okay, so with the skeleton hand, that's usually also passed on loved ones, or ancestors, spirit guides. Remember, you had your coffin over here, which was more of a particular passed on loved one, or series of passed on loved ones. Okay, but also when we talk about the skeleton hand and it being near the angel, this can be just like the hand of somebody or some energy from the other side of the veil, as we say. Okay, so they want you to pay attention here, Cancer, possibly to your diet, because it's laying on top of the fork. This can be your physical diet, this can be your mental diet, or even your spiritual diet. So what are you feeding yourself? What are you digesting? Okay, they want you to know that you have a lot of protection around you. So maybe they just want you to know that and to feed yourself more of that protection. So that is also very sweet and beautiful here, Cancer. Let me zoom out a little bit and see where else things we didn't necessarily speak on. And I'm going to put this sun that was back like that at the beginning. Remember, again, thinking a lot about happiness here, what makes you happy, or what just happiness. Okay. Now you do have one of the why I just lost my train of thought, my wording. You have one of the nuts over here, okay? So I think this is nutmeg, actually, but yeah, it's one of the nuts. And so this represents or can represent money or abundance, okay? So it's a little bit, further. It's not touching anything else around it. But I feel like the more that you feed yourself or know this mentally, spiritually, and physically, what you're feeding yourself, when you start seeing that you have more protection around you, that hopefully you can bring that money, that abundance, whatever it is you want to manifest in your life, closer to you. Okay, so that's definitely, very nice and sweet. It's something to think about. But let's keep going, because we have other stuff over here I wanted to talk about as well. Okay, so back here we have got, sitting on top of that dog ankle bone, that represents flexibility and needing to be more flexible with the emotions, or finding answers within the emotions and flexibility. Then we have the raccoon penis bone, which is masculine energy. It can be about a man, but it doesn't have to be. It can be about masculine energy within yourself or within others, or just not necessarily a person, but just some masculine energy. We do have a symbol for Sagittarius, but doesn't have to be. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, but again, it doesn't have to be. But this, masculine energy can also represent fertility and what we want in the new year, okay? What we want in January in particular, but also what we want for the whole year, since January is that new month for the year, the new year. So what do we want to, plant the seeds and be fertile for the new year? Okay, so it could be that like I said, you're having all this stuff on your mind back here, so you're already thinking about that, again with the dragonfly over there on top of the yin and yang, right? So finding balance. But it could also be, that you here, Cancer, are planting these seeds for the future about, sorry, that's too loud. What you're planting seeds for the future about, as far as your goals, your aspirations, and plans for the future. Okay, now there could be some feminine energy here that maybe you need to listen to a little bit more, because it's separate and it's kind of in between the two raccoon penis bones, right? So it could be, you could read it a couple different ways, right? I mean, you got masculine energy, feminine energy, masculine energy, but it's feminine because all the seashells kind of represent what are you listening to? What should you be listening to? Is someone trying to contact you, right? You got your other seashell over here, kind of off by itself. So it's like, why is the feminine? I think that goes back to the Pisces fish and the emotions that we were talking about. Why is the feminine separate, right? If we think about masculine energy, it's go-getter energy sometimes, or can be, as a stereotype, but it is what it is that action-oriented energy. So it could be that because you're trying to manifest all these things and maybe putting a little bit too much pressure on yourself, or the overthinking that we talked about, that you need a little bit softer, okay, side to come out as well. Be gentle with yourself. Or that just could straight up be something that you need to listen to here, okay? Or it could be that you find yourself listening to two different masculine energies throughout the month. Okay, again, there's multiple ways that you can read it, especially since it is a general reading. But I want to show you something else here too, Cancer. Let me just zoom back. I don't know if I can do it that way, but let's see. Yeah, kind of like that. You've got your buckeye all the way over here. Okay, so it's a lot bigger. It's another nut. It's a lot bigger than the what the hell did I say this was? Nutmeg. Okay, sorry. It's a lot bigger than the nutmeg, Cancer, right? But it can represent money, abundance, whatever it is we want to manifest. So if you don't know that you're protected, your money's going to feel separate or small, right? So just again, know that you're really protected, that your spirit team on the other side, okay, is really rooting for you and wanting you to pay attention to what you're digesting spiritually, mentally, and physically. All right. But also, I want to put this back on how it was in the beginning. I think it was something like this. But basically, this rabbit's foot, this green rabbit's, lucky rabbit's foot, was on top of the head, on top of all this stuff. So it's like you're going to have good luck throughout the month here, Cancer, and, you know, definitely just like a really nice kind of auspicious energy. It was all across this kind of where we started the reading, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm picking up here for you, but it's a really nice reading, and I feel like you're on your way, and yeah, this is just the messages that Spirit has for you right now for some of you guys. So, you know, if you feel guided and this connects to you at some point or even now, feel free to always leave a comment. I love to hear from people, but you don't have to, of course. And know that I will be uploading the picture of all of this, the 2 pictures that I took, a little bit later. So if you want to see that, again, all you have to do is go to Facebook and type in Malessea's Magic Light. And then when you see this video that says Cancer and Leo, it is going to be in the comments there, the photo. All right. So now we're going to, I'm just checking my phone here to make sure I took a picture. Did I take a picture? Am I losing my mind? No, I did not. Okay. Wait, maybe I did. Hold on. No, I did. Okay, it just didn't come up at first. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm like, what's going on? All right, so I got your picture. You know what? I used to do this before. I'm going to start leaving the Cancer symbol or whatever symbol I'm reading for within the photo. That way I double check. Because when I look at the pictures real quickly, I'm like, which one is it? I know because I did it in order backwards through the signs. But anyway, all right. So thank you, Cancer. I'm going to put the camera back up here for a little bit while we switch over to Leo energy. Yeah, so I'll just kind of leave it. Well, no, I guess we'll do this for a minute because we're going to do a sound bell anyway. Here we are. We're figuring it out on the fly as usual. Okay. But thank you guys as always for your energy, for your likes and your views and all that. Okay. So let me just put all of these charms back in here and cover them up. And then we'll do the sound bell to clear the previous energy, the wonderful Cancer energy, and we're going to tap into the wonderful Leo energy. And then I think, guys, I probably won't have a chance to do the other signs until Monday or Tuesday after my work. So if you see a little break until then, I haven't forgot about anybody and I am coming back. I was trying to get them all done before January, but you know, things happen, life and divine timing. So anyway, so let's put everything back in here for a little bit. Cover them up. Let the crystals kind of hang out on top as well. And I'm just going to look at the general time. We're at about 34.5 minutes, so I will put that in the timestamps for later for some people who just want to watch Cancer or just want to watch Leo and all the things. All right. Okay, so this is when we're going to also take a moment to take a couple of deep breaths or even get some water, right? and let the energy from the previous reading go from the Cancer. Now we're switching over to Leo. Check in with the spirit guides, guardian angels, all the things, right? And just kind of take a moment. All right, so it may get loud for a few minutes, or not even minutes, maybe. Well, hopefully not that long. I don't know, sometimes they go longer than others. But yeah, if you're listening with headphones or you're sensitive to sound, you can always turn it down a little bit. But all right, with all the things, here we go. So this is going to be for Leo. Leo, that was a little loud, speaking of loud, but it needed to be for some reason. Okay, needed to clear that energy. All right, so Leo, let's see what we have coming up here for you for January 2024. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, tilt the camera down here as much as I can until we actually get all the charms and bones out. And then once we do, I think that worked nicely, where I was just able to put the camera really close to the charms and bones. So I'll probably do that again. All right, again, if it's a little loud when I shake them, just know it's temporary. All right, so thank you, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. Please guide my hand. Show me the messages I need to see for Leo, for fire sign Leo the Lion. For January 2024, what does Leo the Lion need to see? What do they need to know for the highest good? Messages, spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Leo the Lion. What does Leo need to see? What does Leo need to know for the highest good? Messages for Leo the Lion for January 2024. Whoa, okay. Leo, you coming out? Whoa. All right. Stuff is falling everywhere. Hold on. It's still accurate. We're still accepting it. Okay. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo the Lion for January 2024. What do they need to see? Or what do they need to know for the highest good? Messages for Leo. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion for January 2024. What does Leo the Lion need to see? Need to know? Leo the Lion, Leo the Lion, Leo. Wow. All right. Of course, take Leo to be all dramatic. I'm just kidding. But it does look beautiful. Again, every reading is different with their designs. So we're going to go ahead and flip over some of them just so we can see what they are. I know what they are, but when I take the photo, and for you guys, when I zoom in there. Okay, let's see what else can we flip. I should use my pen. Shit. That was on top of Saturn. Hold on. The shell was on top. I know I felt something move. We're gonna say it was on top or really close. Okay, let me flip this. Put this back here. how people like make jewelry and do stuff with their hands when it's so tiny. I'm like, all right, anyway, guys. So we do have some stuff over here that I'm gonna just move down a little bit so you can at least see it, because it was like going almost off of the cloth. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much how it was. Do we have anything under here? No. Okay. All right, well, let me take a picture. I'm gonna know that this is for Leo. Even though it's the last one I'm doing today, I already kind of know, but I should put them in all the pictures. Okay. Bear with me 1 second, guys, while I take this photo. So I might have to stand up for this one. And get a little closer for some of the detail. All right. I think that's good. Okay. Now I'm going to take the camera off of the computer and just hold it up in one hand and then point with the pen with my other, so we can so you guys can see the stuff better. I don't know why I didn't do that since the beginning of these readings, but I'm learning. Okay. All right. So now I kind of like to hold my hands over the reading, or even, I don't necessarily have to put my hands over, but I kind of want to see like where Spirit wants me to start, because it's always going to be in a different place. Okay. So let's move this over here a little bit, or put it there. Okay. I'm not used to filming from this angle, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys can generally see a little bit better. So I want it right here. It's interesting. It seems like a couple of the readings, like wherever the head is at, that's like where they want me to start. Not all of the readings for January, but a couple of them. Or that's just where the energy, yeah, that's where they want to start. Okay, so let's get a little closer here. Hopefully it'll focus in a second. You can generally see what I'm talking about. So, interesting, Leo. Okay, when we talk about the head of the cranium, that's what you're thinking about, right? This whole reading, let's pull back for a second. It could be about you, someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, your general environment situation. All right, so just keep that in mind. But I'll say you, but you can always change it, vice versa, etc. You could be thinking a lot about particularly a female or feminine energy that was very irresponsible in the past or the recent past, okay? Because the seashell represents listening to something that was irresponsible, or feminine energy, or an actual female that was irresponsible, right? Because it's on top of that irresponsibility charm, okay? Let's see, maybe it'll focus again. I think when I move it too much, it goes out of focus. I'll try to stay still. But anyway here, Leo, you also have on the other side, there's a feather underneath the cranium here, okay? So you're really thinking about throughout the month of January, what is your correct path, you know? Am I on the right life path, so to speak, okay? So I think that that's, you know, normal for this time of year. Anytime we have a new calendar year, we're going to think about, you know, our goals and how last year was and how we want this new year coming up, right? So that definitely makes sense. Okay. Now here, Leo, I think that there is something that you need to clear from your past. It could be, if this is an actual female or feminine energy, or something that you were listening to that was like really irresponsible type of energy, you need to clear that and sweep it away with the broom here. And it's also laying on the hummingbird that flies backwards, right? So letting go of something from the past, all right? There's still something here going on though, Leo, where you've got the fork, okay, right next to the cat's eye here. All right, and so the fork is, what are we feeding ourselves physically, mentally, or spiritually? And what are we feeding ourselves that we don't understand? There's something that we still don't understand with the cat's eye here, okay? I'm trying to see if it'll focus better, but it's like picking up this stuff, but not that stuff. Oh, that's a little better. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay still for a little bit. So yeah, so Leo, it's like you need to go slow about something because the turtle is touching the cat's eye. There's something that you're not seeing here, okay, regarding something to do with freedom, perhaps. What brings you freedom, what makes you feel free, vice versa, etc. But you really need to go slow here because there's something you're not seeing. Now, it can be something that you are maybe even unconsciously manifesting with the fork here, right? Again, what are we feeding ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, if there's something we're not seeing, right? But it could have something to do here, Leo, with what you really wish for, right? You've got the mermaid, she's upside down, so it kind of feels like there's some kind of wish maybe that you don't feel is possible, okay? Because, or someone does if it's not you, the general environment situation, because your individuality, your individual power could be feeling blocked or locked, right? It's literally the honeybee is on top of the lock, okay? See where do they want me to go next? It feels like it's like up and then over this way, so that's the way we're going. Yeah, Leo, there's something you're perhaps to do with memory. Oh, sorry, with memory, with the elephant, you know, in that upside downwards position. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see how I can get the camera. Where are we at? Elephant right here. Okay. With that elephant in the reverse position, even though it's not focusing. Maybe if I leave the pen, it'll start focusing. Come on, focus. It's a little better. Okay. Try not to move. And this memories is very separate from this healing. So it could be that you're keeping certain memories, Leo, here away from yourself or away from others because you feel like you can't heal with those memories, okay? But it's actually not good for you, right? We have to eventually face those things that are scary or hard to deal with, because that's when it's going to be true healing if they were touching, right? But there's no judgment, right? We all are in different places in our path. So if we want that protective energy and that healing energy, we might have to face some memories that we don't particularly like, okay? Now over here though, I feel that you have, you know, generally throughout the month of January, some really good luck around the plans and things that you're building here with that bat touching the spider and the spider web. Okay, so that's really beautiful to see. Now, Leo, you could really be, yeah, you're focused on your plans and what you're building, like straight up, like this. You know, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be, because Leo, you're over here, Leo the lion, right? Oh, there we go. And it's not necessarily touching the lion, but it's very close here. But it was pointing towards your goals, your aspirations, your plans for the future, and all that building that you're doing. Okay, so since that's your symbol over here, Leo, you could be thinking a lot about that as well. Throughout the month, and that makes sense. Now there could be some small Capricorn energy over here, the devil, you know, addictions or self-sabotaging energy that maybe you're just separating from. That's what it feels like, because it's like, no, let's just push him all the way over there. Him or her, or they. No, I'm just saying it's not a gender, but just let's push that self-sabotaging energy away. Let's push that addictions or things out of balance away, because it wasn't touching. So I actually like where that was there for you, Leo. Now when we go down this way, we have also, this is another seashell, just so you can see what it is. Flip it over. Some feminine energy. It's two different symbols for listening, right? So if you hold a seashell up to your ear, if it's big enough, you can hear the ocean, right? You don't necessarily think about it with this type of shell. Usually with the other shell, you think more of that, right? But they all, the shells represent this kind of feminine energy, particularly this one, right? And so there could be some feminine person, whether it's a woman or just, you know, anybody that has a lot of feminine energy that you need to pay closer attention to, and you need to listen to them here, okay, when this is showing up. Oh, let's keep going and see where we're at. Okay, so let's just pull back a little bit. So we go from, you know, that listening bell, okay, with the shell, to over here. Your balance, overall, you're not thinking so much about your balance, okay? You got two claws on top of each other, and then your key is over here. Now remember, if we just tilt up a little bit, your lock was back here, and the honeybee was on it. You felt like your innate power, your personal power or freedom, your originality was locked. Maybe you felt like that throughout, not throughout the month of January, but at some point in January, right? But we know that you have a lot of determination to find the answers, to find the things that can unlock your originality, your personal power. But there's still some stuff you need to marinate on, okay? So you got the two human teeth bones all by themselves here, and the yin yang, the balance, right? So ideally, maybe we would want, right, the teeth bones over here with that yin and yang symbol, okay? But again, they were kind of all out here by themselves. So you know, it's important to strive for the things that we want and to find our happiness, of course, our personal power, freedom, all those things. But there's maybe some other stuff that, like, how do we balance that out with the other things in our life? Or how do we bring more balance into those things? Okay, it can go a couple different ways here. But let's keep going and kind of pull back and see where we were before. So we already talked about all of this here. Yeah, let's go over this way. Now, if you remember, if you were watching me when I first pulled everything out, or was shaking, throwing the bones out, throw the bones, I will consult the bones, right? That was like these two fell out first, and then a couple of these fell out first, okay? So there is something, here we go. There is something here, Leo, regarding your sense of safety and the details around money and or whatever it is, you know, you want to manifest in your life, that's not coming together, that needs to come together. So we need more details about the money, the abundance, whatever it is we want to manifest our life, so we can feel more safe. So if there's a way that you can do that or work towards that, you know, I would do that. It may not even have anything to do with you, since it's so far off over here, okay? It could have something to do with where you work or the family or friends or whatever it is, but it is all the way kind of over here, and it feels a little bit separate. But let's go back over here, because there are two other things I forgot to talk about here. Leo, all divine timing. So we've got this little fish here that's sitting on top of the skeleton hands. So this can be our ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, right? Somebody from the other side of the veil that maybe has some, you know, prosperity for us, has some nutrients for us. So I don't know if you're open to or ever speaking to a medium, or going to a seance or mediumship, or even maybe touching with, you know, programming your dreams, finding a way to get whatever this is they want to give you. It feels like a gift here, okay? So that's something to think about. Very nice. Now over here we've got some vertebrae, okay, that was on top of the symbol for Saturn, right? So Saturn energy. So there's a lot of support here throughout the month here for you, Leo, that maybe wants to come in as a more fatherly type energy, a more masculine type of energy. Doesn't have to be a father or a man, right? It can just be this more masculine energy that wants to come in and show you that, you know, you can find more support with yourself and others when you get more organized, when you pay the bills, when you have a more stricter energy. It can actually bring you more support, right? I mean, no one wants to be so rigid, right? But if we think about the actual vertebrae, bones, that's our support system. It makes us strong, right? So maybe there's something here that you need to strengthen around getting more organized, or, you know, responsible with something, and that's actually going to give you more support that maybe you didn't realize or think you needed, but maybe you do, right? Okay. Now let's go back this way, all right, because I know we haven't talked about this stuff yet. We started your reading, okay, with the head, and then we kind of went down and this over that way and then that way, but now we're going to go kind of this way, okay? So this is just coming out for everyone so far. The readings I'm doing today, it feels like, are almost everyone, the different zodiac signs when I say everyone. But you've got the coyote penis that's sitting on top of the coffin, right? So there could be a male Aquarius that is passed away, okay, that is coming through here, but not for everyone, since again this is a general reading. It could just be a masculine energy or a male person that passed away that maybe has some answers for you, or not even answers, but like they want to help you find your North Star. They want to help you find your happiness, right? They want to also bring you some sense of freedom and security, right? Because we have the ship anchor is leaning against that as well, okay? Now this is also touching the lovebirds, the love doves. We've got the witch over here, over on top of the seahorse, and we've got the Pisces twin fish on top of the angel coin, and of course our lightning strike ideas, okay? So over here, if this is an angel or an ancestor, spirit guide, they could be wanting you to go with the flow more around something that's going to give you more ideas here, Leo, okay? Leo, right, being a fire sign, I'm a sun sign, Sagittarius, also a fire sign, right? Sometimes we need to slow down and go with the flow a little bit more here, but it really in particular is going to give you more ideas, so that's beautiful. And there could be friends and family over here, something to do with parents or parenting. It doesn't have to be, or just friends, that also bring you this sense of peace or love, okay? This could be romantic love, but it doesn't have to be with the doves. It could also just be that sense of peace or platonic love, friends or family, etc. here, all right? But whatever it is, it feels, you know, very nice. Wow, so we got a lot, you know, to talk about in the Leo reading for sure. Leave it to Leo. No, I'm just joking, because you're like the Leo the lion, the dramatic, not even dramatic, but yeah, kind of like the star of the show, I guess I would say. I mean it with love. But yeah, we've got both of the raccoon penises kind of on top of each other, making this really kind of pretty. If this other side was closed, it would almost look like a figure 8, right, if you turned it sideways. But it's a lot of masculine energy. It's a lot of green lights if we were driving as a metaphor. It's a lot of action, right? And they were really close to your other sun here, right? So close to happiness. So there could be two men that make you really happy, or two people that display a lot of masculine energy that make you happy, but it doesn't have to be. It could again just be that you are striving for over here with the alligator claw and this other claw here. You're striving for more action-oriented things to bring you more happiness as well. You're striving for possibly more romantic love, but it could be any type of love, really. You want your dreams to manifest, right, with the dragonfly touching one of the raccoon penis bones. But there maybe needs to be a little bit more flexibility. It's so close. It's like a little pin distance away from one of the raccoon penis bones. So maybe there needs to be some type of leap of faith here to bring you more flexibility around all these things that you're trying to manifest and all these green lights that you're driving through. Again, another flexibility symbol over here with the dog ankle bone. When I was first learning how to read these, and remember, I actually wrote it on there, but yeah. So when we think of bones in general, we talked about over here with that vertebrae bone, there are structure, right? They make us strong, they hold us up. But if we think about ankle bones in particular, that's on our foot, right? Or the dog's foot, since this is a dog ankle bone, but it's gotta bend, right? So even though it's a bone, all these bones, they have to bend too. So where's the flexibility? How can we add in the flexibility with the things that we are trying to manifest? Okay. Now over here, this is so nice. I'm pretty sure it was close like that, but we'll just leave it a little bit. But for the sake of how it was, I think it was pretty close. So I won't make them touching, but I'll put them pretty close there. There could be something here, Leo. I'm trying to think of the right way to say it. It's like, oh, let me turn that off right on the bell there. There could be some type of masculine energy with another coyote penis here. Sometimes I have doubles of things, but it happens. Coyotes are pack animals, right? Some type of masculine energy perhaps that feels really restricted or has been stressing you out or is going to stress you out. Hopefully not, but it could have been something that already happened or is coming up. That makes you feel constricted like a rib bone, like you're not breathing properly. But it's so close to all this good luck and abundance that wants to come in, okay? So I feel like when you're going too fast with all this masculine energy, you need to slow down and be more flexible, and you need to chew on things. Remember how we said that over here too? All the teeth bones are all human teeth bones are all out by themselves, so you need to chew on something, or even just the simple fact that knowing that if you take more deep breaths, if you slow down a little bit and not be so stressed out with all this masculine energy, that your luck is right there. Look, it's so close. It's just like a pin hair away. All this abundance and luck, okay, and money and whatever it is you want to manifest is so close. So I would just kind of keep that in mind as you go throughout the month of January. It's so close. Yeah. So just, if you find you're moving too fast sometimes, just slow down a little bit. Where did we have? Oh, yes. You had your turtle back here with the thing that you weren't seeing next to the cat eye. Okay. So again, be mindful of what you're feeding yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and just slow down a little bit and just marinate on things, because all this good stuff is coming, and you have all this masculine energy that's here to support it with taking action. But don't forget the softer stuff, the feminine energy, to slow down and to breathe, and to really, again, thinking about the details and how you can find safety in the details within the abundance and whatever it is that you want to manifest. All right. But yeah, that is what I am picking up here for you, Leo. I hope some of that made sense. Always feel free to let me know in the comments if you feel guided how this may shape out for you, or if it's already happened or whatever it is, right? Since all the readings I do are timeless. I'm just gonna put this back up here so I can kind of say goodbye to you guys real quickly. Thank you guys. This way. Thank you guys so much as always for your energy, for your views and your likes and your subscriptions. They're all great free ways to support my channel here if you feel guided. And if you want to subscribe on YouTube or even Facebook, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and it's free and it just notifies you when I put out new readings. And then on Facebook, if you want to either send me a friend request or like malesseasmagiclight.com, I post all the videos there as well, however you feel. But yes, enjoy this time period, Cancer and Leo, and Happy New Year and all that good stuff. So I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to be taking a break for a couple of days, but I will be back either on Monday or Tuesday with the rest of the signs. I think I only have 4 left. I think I have, yes, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. Okay, so I'll be doing those on Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully Monday, but if not, some of them on Tuesday. All right, guys, see you later. Take care. Bye.